Okay, so here we go. 250 to chase. Gargi, India winning or losing?
India winning. From this point, India winning.
Shomik, India winning, losing?
I think India should get there in 42 by 42 or 43, 43rd over.
43rd over?
Yeah.
That isn't that too early.
A quick fire half century from Rohit Sharma should do it. Should do it for
Shomik,
India.
are you not being a little too optimistic?
No. But the thing is that, I mean, this is a very chasable target, and huge credit to the Indian bowling. It just shows how good the Indian spinners are. Despite losing 5 catches in a final, you are
Yeah.
restricting a side like New Zealand to 251 after 50 overs. You have choked them completely in the middle overs. There was a period when for 65 balls there wasn't a boundary. So, and that too after dropping 5 catches. And better fielders dropped them. Shreya Iyer, Shubman Gill, Rohit at his age, maybe it's beyond him that a couple of inches extra as far as that leap is concerned. That is probably beyond him. And everything is a difficult catch to Mohammad Shami. That was a dolly 200 thing, but on his follow through, he wasn't there. So stuff like that, but still, and wonderful captaincy, superb captaincy.
Gargi, he mentioned the captaincy. I mean, think about it. 67 or 69 of the first 10. And then to come back the way India did, rotating Varun, Kuldeep,
Yes.
Aksar, Jadeja, the way Rohit utilized his spinners, 70 of the first 10. I think Mitchell McClenaghan tweeted saying 400 or something like that.
What?
Yeah, I was checking. He was perhaps some 70 of the first 10 overs. New Zealand going for it. Clearly, Rachin Ravindra looking the part. All of a sudden, the choke comes. To restrict them from 70 for one in the first 10 to 250. Excellent from India.
Yes, I think the rotation of the spinners is what made all the difference. Like Shamik said that there was a period when a lot of dot balls were played, and I think that's where you did the most damage to New Zealand. Daryl Mitchell could not get off the mark. You know, he played a very slow innings compared to what he could have done, all the damage that he could have done. But when you look at those, how Akshar, Jadeja, Kuldeep, and Varun were rotated, I think that made all the difference. And like I've said this before as well in one of our shows, that Rohit Sharma's captaincy, especially in this format, was never a complaint for me, or was never something that you needed to doubt. And once again, he said a lot of hate for Shami.
Yeah,
a
let's
lot.
actually
What's
take that.
going
We
on?
will take as many questions as possible. Vian Singh, Man Chand, pace bowler, etc. What is this again? Vian, 20 runs extra, poor bowling by Shami should retire. What nonsense are you talking? Last match, he picked up 3 wickets. You think every day every bowler will fire? What is this?
कभी रन मारेंगे
I
नहीं
mean,
क्या कोई
करो
batsman
यार,
उनको?
come on. थोड़ा सा रेस्ट्रेंट एक्सरसाइज कीजिए. हर मैच में अगर हर बॉलर 3-4 विकेट लेके जाएगा तब तो बाकी न्यूजीलैंड का बैटर्स क्या खेलने नहीं आए हैं क्या? उनको भी तो मैच करना है. फिर भी आपने 250 पे रोक दिया है उनको. सो ठीक है. आई मीन, फिर हार्दिक का आप बोलोगे 3 ओवर में 30 रन दे दिया, हार्दिक को बॉल मत दीजिए. अरे ऐसे थोड़ी होता है यार. कम ऑन.
But you have to look at the fact that even after all of that happening, even after five dropped catches, you only have New Zealand only has 251 runs on the scoreboard, which is a very chaseable target for India. So when you look at it, the overall picture, India did very well.
Absolutely. I mean, the bowlers did well. If
Yes.
after this the New Zealand spinners do the job and restrict India, it will be credit to them. As far as the Indian bowlers are concerned, they have done the job.
It's India's match to lose.
100%. Varun Chakravarti has done the job. Kuldeep Yadav has done the job. So let's start with both of you. I'll go to Shomik first. Shomik, that Kuldeep Yadav delivery to Rachid Ravindra. Talk about it.
Even I would rather talk about the Kuldeep Yadav delivery to. First of all, I will talk about Rohit once again, because Kuldeep wasn't looking to be in his element throughout the tournament. In the Pakistan game, his second spell was fantastic, but apart from that, he wasn't quite the Kuldeep of his at his peak. But when India needed wickets, instead of going to Akshar Patel, Rohit returned to Kuldeep. That delivery to Rachin Ravindra completely flummoxed, and the delivery to Kane Williamson. Kane Williamson played early, and it had nothing to do with the pitch. It It had everything to do with the dip that Kuldeep got. What a delivery! It felt like that. I mean, a classical Chinaman bowler. The ball, he is giving it a bit of air, and the ball suddenly dipped and completely fooled a master batsman like Kane Williamson. So that was the ball of the final as yet. I don't know if anyone from the New Zealand team would better it in the second half of the game, but that was the ball of the match as yet. So when the final came, Rohit picked the right man. I bumped onto a tweet from Ravi Ashwin saying Varun with the new ball or Varun in the power play. He was a bit skeptical. But again, bringing in Varun, and that's where the game changed. So once again, Rohit was completely spot on. So from that point of view, it's about, see, as far as cricket is concerned, it's not, the cricketers don't take what the fans are saying or what is being posted on Twitter. It's about how the dressing room sees you. Kuldeep has a lot of respect in the dressing room, and today we showed why. This is the reason why the dressing room rates him so highly, and that is the highest honor, and that is the biggest badge of honor for a cricketer.
Absolutely agree. He mentioned Kuldeep, you talk Varun. I mean, the moment he came in, second over that uh, umpire's referral did not go India's way, and thereafter he got Will Young in the second over itself and immediately put pressure back. Then another key wicket when there was a partnership comes and gets Glenn Phillips, which is a very important wicket. He was looking aggressive. So Varun Chakravarti, 5 wickets, 2 wickets, 2 wickets, right through the tournament, impact with the ball. Multiple, he varied his pace from 90 to 110 plus. The pace variation was brilliant from Varun Chakravarti to see.
Not just this, you go a little farther back in the England series as well. 1 5 wicket haul, 2 3 wicket hauls. From that, he's consistently performing, consistently penetrative, consistently impactful, and also picking up the figures of his life. I think what Varun Chakravarti is doing is incredible, and he's just, no one is able to figure him out. No one is able to kind of understand what Varun Chakravarti is doing. And a little anecdote, when at the conclave when Venkatesh Iyer was sitting in the podcast room, we were waiting for you to come in and interview him. He was talking about Varun Chakravarti,
Yes.
and he said very clearly, Shubhayan asked him a question about, how incredible is Varun Chakravarti right now? And he said, he's always been this incredible. This phase should have happened a couple years ago, but I'm glad that he's finally in that phase now. So it shows that, he's always been like, I mean, he's always been that quality a bowler. It just, time wasn't clicking, I think.
No, he was excellent
And
today.
Yeah.
Can we settle this debate? Shomik, multiple questions on Shami. Every player can have one bad day. Even at the start of today, he was getting the ball to move. First over to Will Young, twice he beat Will Young.
Yes.
And that last ball went for 4. Last match against Australia, he picked up 3 wickets. So where is the Mohammad Shami bad performance, drop, retire? Where is all this coming from, Shomik? I mean, can you just put things in perspective that this restlessness about one bad game has to stop, and we have to be a little more restrained and a little more, how do I put it, a little more calm.
Kind.
the thing is that it's coming from social media, so we can jolly well ignore them. Number two is that the only thing I'm concerned about Shami. See, Shami started off with a 5-4 against Bangladesh. He bagged a 3-4 in the semi-final. Going along, Shami came to mid zone and spoke about how it is difficult. It takes time to get back to top fettle after coming back from such a big injury layoff, such a long injury layoff. It's not easy. Even Kuldeep spoke about that. It takes around 6 months to hit the right rhythm. But one thing I'm little concerned, I'm not absolutely concerned about Shami, and Shami should be one of the first names on the team sheet for the Test series in England. But as far as white ball cricket is concerned, I'm a little concerned the way he's moving in the field, his
Yeah.
reflexes, the way he's reacting to catches, the way he's reacting to. As far as his ground fielding is concerned, I have seen him at close quarters during India's fielding drills at ICC Academy. So the way he is moving, the way he's reacting to that, so that therein lies the question mark. whether India should continue as the new cycle will begin after the Champions Trophy, whether India should continue with Mohammad Shami. But then again, when you don't have Jasprit Bumrah, you have to play Mohammad Shami, right? If you didn't have if you had Jasprit Bumrah, it was a different ball game altogether. But now you didn't have Jasprit Bumrah, you had to play Mohammad Shami.
Look, Indranil, the fact of the matter is, if he was unfit, the Indian team would not play him. Indian team would not play Mohammad Shami in the semi-final and the final had he been unfit. Did you say he was unfit in the last match against Australia when he picked 3 wickets? You did not, right? He is not unfit. Today he did not have a good day with the ball. Why Arshdeep was good enough? What do you mean? Against Australia, Mohammad Shami was one of your better bowlers. He picked up 3 wickets. Against Bangladesh, he picked up 5 wickets. Did you say anything then that he was unfit? You did not say. Because clearly he picked up wickets and you thought it was great. The fact is, because he has not performed well in one game, you have started to say, so and so. Check his speed. Today also he was bowling 139. I've checked his speed. In the last match against Australia, yes, ball speed. You are coming against ball speed. First over of last match against Australia, 139, 142, 140. 5 balls out of the first over. 6 balls out, in the first over, 5 of them was 140, 139, 142. Go check. I have checked it and I am telling you. So there is no question of unfit. There is no 127. If you can prove, if you can go check the first over against Australia, check the first over against Australia because I have tweeted also. 139, 142, 140, 141. Check. Come back, check and tell me if 140 plus was not there against Australia. So let us put things in perspective. Every player, good, bad, great, can have an off day. Coming to the other spinners, Ravindra Jadeja, come on here. I mean, I know people are saying that is this his last game, whatever. I mean, what a performance.
I hope not, because you need someone like a Ravindra Jadeja in your team. I honestly think, when I think of the future, do I see a player like Ravindra Jadeja coming up the ranks? Do you? I don't.
It's unbelievable.
He's an incredible player, and the fact that it's not just the ball and the bat. It's impact, it's penetration with the ball, with the bat, and of course what he does on the field. Glenn Phillips has single-handedly changed so many games, and for India, it's Ravindra Jadeja.
I agree. Let me answer Indranil once in properly and VR. Indranil, you are asking me why not Arshdeep, and Vian says 8 over 70 runs is a poor performance. Poor is an understatement. You are asking why not Arshdeep. Tell me on what basis Arshdeep would have played. He picked up 3 wickets against Australia in the semi-final. So what is your selection criteria for the final? Semi-final, right? What is the selection criteria? Performance in the semi-final. What is the first match? 5 wickets. Semi-final against Australia, 3 wickets. So on what basis are you going to drop Shami? Tell me. You're a serious viewer. That's why I'm asking you this question. Your selection criteria is the semi-final. So on what basis would you drop Mohammad Shami and play anyone else in the final? Tell me. Doesn't happen like that. Can't happen like that. He had an off day, fair enough. But to say, why not Arshdeep? On what basis are you going to play Arshdeep? And then you only would have said, Arey, Mohammad Shami picked up 3 wickets in the semi-final and India decided to drop Mohammad Shami for the final. How is this possible? Why do you want to tamper and change a winning combination in the final? That's what you would have said, right? And the fair point is, yes, he had a bad day. But of the 3 wickets, 2 were of debutants. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? 2 were of debutants, 1 a tail-ender. Are you going to pick your opposition and then tell Mohammad Shami go pick wickets of the top order, lower order? Varun Chakravarti 5 wickets. You will say top order, debutant, lower order. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Mohammad Shami won you that match. He picked up Steve Smith, Australia 198. That would have been a 280 score had Steve Smith batted. Mohammad Shami in the match against Australia picked up Steve Smith, killed that game. Accept it. Mohammad Shami, yes, dropped those catches. Had he been unfit, India wouldn't have played him. In this side, they would not carry an unfit player and go and play him. So then Varun Chakravarti is also not great on the field. Face it, these are not great fielders. So we must be a little calm. We must be a little calm. Okay, coming back to the New Zealand batting. Shomik, I thought Rachin Ravindra was impressive, and that Kuldeep Yadav delivery was the turning point for me. What about you, Gargi? I'll come to.
Turning
Uh,
point. Oh.
Acha,
No,
bolo,
no,
bolo.
Shomik, please, you take over.
no, you can you go
No,
on.
I will take time to think. That's why.
No, absolutely. See, Rachin Ravindra is a star in the making. Uh, in the coming days, he would be one of the biggest stars in this game. And the way he had started and the shots he were playing, he forced Rohit to change his field. Rohit was forced to bring his third man up, and from that third man area, he scored another boundary. So, from that point of view, Rachin was one player who could have taken the game away from India. So that delivery to Rachin Ravindra, I mean, you needed a special delivery to get him out, and that's what Kuldeep bowled. But once again, I will go to I mean, I can visualize it the way he completely outfoxed rather a batsman of Kane Williams's greatness. I can still visualize. These are the reasons. These are the reasons why we watch the sport. These are the these are the memories we treasure. Maybe we will forget about this final 2 years down the line, but that delivery will stay. So these are the reasons, and this is why. This is why it's such a great spin bowling attack. You talk
I
about
totally
Ravind.
agree. Yeah, Shomik, go on. I was
No, no,
about to say that the Babar Azam delivery in Manchester, the Kane Williamson,
exactly.
these are big players. Big players,
Yes,
Rachin Ravindra, Babar Azam, these are big players. And that is why
exactly.
Kuldeep Yadav is so important. Get so much flack, but come the big game with these two wickets, Rachin Ravindra, Kane Williamson, he has delivered. That is why I urge restraint, calm, give players a little bit of more space. This is a very, very good team.
I don't understand
Exactly.
where the criticism is coming from because your team or your players can't be 100% every day,
No one
right?
can.
How that's the whole idea of sports that things go up, things go down.
Yes,
Yes,
and
Shomik.
somebody is asking if this Akki Majhi,
This is a chaseable.
chaseable to 100%. All three of us feel it is a
Yeah.
chaseable total. I give India 70-30 because I do think that New Zealand spinners will come into the party. Especially, I am scared of Mitchell Santner because he's bowling very well. Having said that, I do think the Indian batters, and according to me, Virat Kohli and Shreya Iyer will hold the middle order together. If India gets off to a flyer with Rohit Sharma, and why I am saying 70-30, I'll also say that there is no Matt Henry. Had there been Matt Henry, I would have said this is a closer game. It is a 60-40 game. Now I'm saying it's a 70-30 game in favor of India. And the reason for that is there is no Matt Henry, plus the Indian batting is deep, plus the Indian batters like Shreya Iyer and Virat Kohli have looked extremely good. I think India can chase this down, and it's India's game now to lose. But I will still give New Zealand a 30-35% chance. Your thoughts before I go to show?
I completely agree. I think that India should be able to chase this down. This should not be too uphill of a task. But at the same time, you say 70-30, I say 60-40. And one reason for that is the way that New Zealand has been fielding. New Zealand has been, the last time also when we played against them, they dried up a lot of runs, and kind of it gets very difficult to score in the middle overs, especially if you're chasing with in the in the Dubai conditions. And I think that's where things could get a little tricky. That's why an extra 10% towards New Zealand.
Shomik, your thoughts? Somebody says, Raman says, New Zealand 55, India 45. Okay.
I would go with your prediction 70-30. And on a lighter note, I just wish India knock it off by 43rd overs so that I can finish off my match report on the whistle and seamlessly move on to Manchester United versus Arsenal.
Oh, I thought you would say get a good night's sleep after everything that happened in the
No, no,
morning.
no, 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 no.
But
Sleep
clearly
is
other
secondary.
plans.
No,
But
but
I was
I do think these fellows will be able to pull it off because uh, two batters, if they put their hand up, two batters with good knocks,
Yeah.
and the kind of depth India has in their batting, Ravindra Jadeja batting at 8, someone will obviously rotate around these two good knocks, Shreya Iyer and Virat Kohli putting their hand. Shubman Gill is due. Shubman Gill has not performed in the
100%.
knockout games. Shubman Gill is due. Can he deliver in a knockout and take India over the line, play an impactful innings? Did not do that against New Zealand, did not do that against Australia. Is it Shubman Gill's day? So much of build up, so much of hype about Shubman Gill. Shomik, if we now turn our gaze to the Indian batting, your thought, and yes, the fielding was below par.
Yeah.
What is a fact is a fact. 5 drop catches, India's fielding was below par. But that's where the bowlers saved the day. The bowlers saved the day by doing what they did and kept New Zealand to 250. Shomik, coming to India's batting, what do you think? Rohit, Shubman, it's an excellent lineup, but your thoughts on who can be the pivot around which the lineup will revolve?
I expect that to be Virat. I expect that to be Virat. It's a big game, and the way he has been batting throughout this Champions Trophy, it seems that uh, he has returned to his he has returned to the hate space that he had been searching for. And when Virat is in the right eight space, he knows how to maneuver the field. He knows which bowler to pick. He knows how to pace his innings. Ravi Shastri compared him with Javed Miada that speak in this Champions Trophy, the way Virat has been batting. And absolutely spot on. Ravi Bhai is absolutely spot on in terms of comparing him with how Javed Miada used to build his innings and how Javed Miada used to unravel the opposition by taking singles, the odd boundaries, and Virat is doing exactly that. And the nature of the pitch is allowing him to do that because he is chasing sort of 250, 260 plus totals. If you are chasing 300 plus totals, you don't have the leeway to do that because you have to go gung ho right from the outset. You cannot pace your innings. But when you are chasing something around 250, 260, you can plan your innings the way you like. And it has played to Virat's advantage. The sort of not low scoring, but mid scoring totals, it has sort of played to Virat's advantage. And the best batsman in his team in this series, in this tournament, is Shreyas Iyer, irrespective of the fact that he hasn't scored 100. But
Agree.
even under pressure, when the chips are down, the way he stood up to be counted, everything, the way he played pace, the way he played spin, the only thing is he needs to eschew his ego against the short ball. Once he starts doing that, then Shreyas will convert those half centuries into centuries also. And before I conclude this section, just a word about Ravindra Jadeja. If the thing is that before the start of the Champions Trophy, I have been constantly giving him the tagline, "Drop me if you can." That was his tagline, and you won't get it. Ravichandran Ashwin at our conclave made a very good point, saying, "Where is the next Bumrah? Where is the next Shami?" But he should. I should also ask, where is the next Ravi Ashwin? Where is the next Ravi Jadeja? Akshar Patel is there, but he's not a world-class all-rounder across formats like Jadeja. Where is the next Ravi Ashwin as far as the Indian team is concerned? So you won't get a player of Ravindra Jadeja's caliber in the supermarket.
There's a question on Jai Shah. I think all you need to do is go and listen to Saurav Ganguly and Ravichandran Ashwin at our conclave. Ravichandran Ashwin dismissed this. I asked this question about unfair advantage and he just hit it out of the park. It is the government of India's call. Jai Shah can't do anything about it. It is the government of India's call. What is the other option? Do you have an option, Kishore Mishra? You don't. You absolutely don't. India was the host during the 2023 World Cup. Did India win the tournament? The answer is no. Saurav Ganguly answered it even better, saying that if India played in those pitches against Pakistan, in those pitches in Pakistan, they would have scored 350, 360 runs in those pitches. That is how good the Indian batting is. So it is not about Jai Shah at all. Completely mistaken, total rubbish comment here. I know you are trying to play to the gallery, but don't try and portray yourself as a fool. Don't. There's no need. So that's what it is. Our problem is we Indians are our biggest negative critics. Don't do that. Criticize when there is a need. Don't try and criticize and be sensationalist. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Fully like celebration. What is that? Did not understand.
I'm not sure. Aniruddha, can you specify what you're trying to say? Elaborate.
So if New Zealand has to that Daryl Mitchell innings, I thought was more damaging.
Yeah, yeah,
100 balls, 63 runs.
Absolutely. But I'm not sure how to defend it, because he was playing very very slow, and he could have gotten off. He could have uh, started pacing his innings well, but at the same time there was some pressure from the other end as well. You had wickets falling. He had to stabilize the innings at that point. So at one point you understand, but also Daryl Mitchell is a player who can take things aggressively. I'm not sure why he didn't do that today.
I think he was keeping it a bit too deep, Shomik. And when he got out, he had started to get aggressive, played that six, lovely shot, and then followed it up with a four. But just then he got out in that over. Rohit Sharma catch, Mohammad Shami, right? Mohammad Shami wicket,
Yes.
or Mohammad
Yeah.
Shami, yeah. I thought that was a key moment in the game, because had Daryl
Yes.
Mitchell finished off
Yeah.
with another 12, 14, 15 balls, he could have taken this total to 270. And those 20 extra
Right.
runs could have made a massive difference. I thought he paced his innings, but when you are playing like this was like the Williamson innings. You are actually taking a chance. You are taking a chance, backing yourself that I will be able to do it in the last overs. And if that doesn't come off, like it did not come off today, 63 of 100 balls looks very bad. If it was 80
Yes.
of 100 balls or 80 of 107, 10 balls, it starts to look good. Mitchell tried that, pushed it deep, was unable to convert. Shomik?
That's why he was so frustrated after getting
Yes,
out to
yes,
that
yes,
Shami
yes,
delivery.
yes.
That's why he was taking the game deep, and he was specifically targeting those last 5 overs at the death from the fast bowlers when he would cut loose, and he hit a six, he hit a four, and that's why that's the reason, and that's the difference between 250 and 275, 270 to 275, which could have been a. I will not say this is also not a match-winning score. Or I mean, joke aside, we have to keep on mind it's a final, and the mighty West Indies couldn't even chase 183 in a World Cup final. So the finals do some tricky things to you. So India have to keep that on mind. India have to keep that on mind. But once again, given India's batting strength, batting depth, everything, the class they have in their batting lineup, I think uh, this is absolutely gettable. 251. But Daryl Mitchell, coming back to Daryl Mitchell, yes, that's the reason he was so frustrated. He was so frustrated, and that was also eventually that could also be one of the turning points of the game.
100%. Uh, I think the players are entering the ground. So should we take
Let's
final
predict. Yeah, yeah,
predictions?
absolutely, absolutely. Let's take final predictions. I think all of us are united in saying that India favorites at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point. Gargi says 60-40. I am saying 70-30. Shomik, you said
70
70-30.
30.
Yes, 70-30. 70-30. Although I hope Rohit Sharma will grab this game by the lapel, and for a change, he will grab the game by the lapel. He scored a scintillating 70 of 40 balls, and will finish it off early once again for me to knock off my match report and seamlessly move into a very, very important thing, that is United versus
Oh,
Arsenal.
Shomik
He's
wants to
got
watch
his.
Manchester United. His life is set. But my only thing is, I think New Zealand is a better fielding side and will
Yeah,
take every catch. So if there
absolutely.
is
Exactly.
one reason why New Zealand can still make this competitive, they will throw their bodies at
Stop
everything,
boundaries.
stop every run, make this 250 or 280 kind of chase, add those
Yes.
30 runs on the field, and that's
Yes.
where
Exactly.
India might just be pushed. I think that is where India will have to do much, much better than what they did on the field. New Zealand will make a difference there because of their fielding prowess. So let's see what happens. We will come back straight after the match. Watch us and let's keep this debate going.